Gunned up, brain dead, can't decide. You can bring up, you can hide. You can be cool, or you can cry. Do it wrong, not at all. Do it right. No one owes you, no one's to blame. Sit for bad genes or DNA. It's just a conscience. Why? I'll do it then. What's up, sweet cakes?
Have your eyes adjusted to the dark yet, Raider? Loot is ripe for the picking while most of Toledo is asleep, though my suppliers say that Ark is twice as vigilant after sunset.
What you gonna do, little buckaroo? If I do, people please ask now. No, we all can be super fly. GQ, PhD, FBI. You can create sentence, you can try, move ahead, wait I'm dead, or slip on by. When the truth seems so far away.
Hey, Matt. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. It's 37 episodes of No Cap, and what better random interlude to pick for the subject for tonight, which is why most playable student games never arrive. We've got a banger panel today, and we will just bring them up as we see them, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
And whoever wants to join on the panel,
Space,
hop on by and shoot the breeze with us. But
sure.
There's so much to talk about on this topic. I don't know where to start. I mean, how many games have left you with that like sour taste in your mouth, and you're like,
too many.
I think there's a long list of like alpha, beta demos that are still in production that never delivered.
One of the funniest and longest ones was definitely like Duke Nukem back in the day. That was all my days. I mean, this is the space for it. This is Web3 gaming, where basically coming soon is coming never, and like we have to wait for your token chart to go up, which doesn't generally happen. So let's kick off with our icebreaker, Grim. We'll go around the panel and get some intros.
Well, I'm gonna start you off. What's the most iconic coming soon game that you've been waiting for years?
Oh man, like the most iconic game that I've been waiting on for years. I've been waiting on it ever since I found out it existed, which was actually relatively recently. I'm waiting on Pocketopia, and then that's it. My life will be over.
No, I've never heard of this one.
Okay, so right, Pocketopia, you play as a Ditto, the Pokemon that can turn into other Pokemons, which means that you can learn the skills of other Pokemon. And you do this in a Minecraft-like world, right? It's like Minecraft crossed with Animal Crossing, crossed with Pokemon. It's like every single cozy game, and a cozy game, baby, and it's in the Pokemon IP. So it's like Dragon Quest Builders / Minecraft.
Well, I do hope it's better
Pokemon.
looking than the latest Pokemon game that they threw off.
Oh no, this is beautiful. Like Pocketopia, it looks amazing. You play as a little Ditto trying to be a person and rebuilding this like post-apocalyptic Poké world, which is just It's just
Is it multiplayer?
I think so. I think it is. It is, and you can have little parties and invite people over to your houses, which you can build on the outside and then decorate the insides as if it's Animal Crossing.
I was
It's
thinking
got
that. I was like,
fishing. You
that
can
sounds
turn
like
into a
Animal
lap
Crossing.
house. I mean, I don't know if you can find it. Can you find the footage, Grim? Can you find the Pocketopia?
I will definitely look for it. But as I look for the footage, you throw it to the next person. We got a few.
All right, we got some good people in the house, and I have a cat fighting me as I do this. Doug, I see you just popped up on the space. What game have you been waiting for forever?
I'm just here to be Manic Pixie's manager slash hype man because she's the best person.
I love you too, Dougie.
Okay. I think we need like a theme song. Like, what would be your theme song? But this is serious, Manic. I need to figure this out, or else I won't be able to sleep at night.
It's going to be Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Okay, cool. Okay, we got it. I'm going to load it up, and we're going to rock out. But seriously, like, community and supporting each other, and people that are like hardcore friendship and like supporting are like the basis of all Web3 gaming, and Manic is the best. And so when I saw her on the show, I was like, I got to show up and hang out.
Fantastic.
Well, I found the video, by the way.
Awesome. And hello to you, Manic, as well. So since Doug basically spent his introduction introducing you, what game have you been waiting for all your life?
And it's one that's never going to drop. It's Star Wars 1313. It's the one where you play as Boba Fett.
Oh, that would be cool.
It was supposed to be LucasArts Games, and just never happened.
Well, it's in the hand of Disney now.
Oh, then I'm never going to get it. Disney doesn't want to make cool games.
Bring it back to the Web3 IP.
I see Simon with the thumbs down. He knows what's happening.
All right. Well,
I mean, for real, you're talking to a girl with a Chewbacca tattoo. I mean, come
on.
Yeah, that is really good. We know a guy called Wookie who wears the full Chewbacca suit when he's doing his streams.
Man, where is he when you need him? I think
we could have
Pixie and Wookie could get together and have like wonderful spaces.
I mean, we should get everyone on the space. Like all of the people. We should have Wookie. We should get like Funny Donald. We should have Doug Hype interviewing Funny Donald, and then we should get that guy who sounds a lot like Elon, and then just put them all on the space together. And that would just be mental.
I need to check in with Funny Donald. I haven't spoken to him forever. I hope he's all right.
Man. Yeah, me too. I mean, I hope he's not actually been taken as a double since, America's going to war with Venezuela for some reason. And now Funny Donald is pressed into pretending to be Trump. That's probably what happened. All right, we have Flag Mate.
He's trying to connect, I think. I don't know if
he's trying to connect. Real-time multiplayer, Web3 strategy game, capture, conquer, and dominate. Live on a mutual. Sounds good. Also sounds British with the Flag Mate thing there. So talking of British, let's go over to Era. In cat keeps biting me. What is it? What? What do you want? Why?
You have a flavor.
What a fluff ball. If you're looking at the video right now, you see Matt's cat and it's adorable. It's like just a fluff ball.
It is, except when it's biting my wires and me and everything that's charging. So yeah, all good.
It wants attention.
It does want attention.
Arrow, tell us.
Arrow.
What game have you been waiting for? And your time.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, you're having some technical issues with your mic.
Damn. All right, let's go to David Lancaster. Again, Lancashire. Sorry, David.
Oh, hey, no. Sorry. It's late at night. I was stumbling, clicking. I think I'm on the other side of this. I think we're the ones that people are waiting for games from.
Oh, for real?
But
tell us more.
Yeah, no. Why don't you guys keep going down the list? I'm listening myself and kind of wondering. You're really old school with the Duke Nukem Forever reference there.
we are, if anything, we are definitely old school. And we have 300 years of gaming experience here at Warp. They're your publisher, of course, for Web3 gaming. And that just means we're basically all wizards.
Keep going, man. Let's see what people say.
Yeah, so let's talk to Flagmate since they are now up, and then we'll give Aero a shot if he's back to where he needs to be.
GM, I tried to open the video because if I hear that somebody has a cat, I have to see it. But I literally rug the space because of that.
Oh no, and that happens.
Don't worry, it's recorded. You can go back and see it.
Yeah. But by the way, Doug is everywhere. Like whenever I join some space, I can see him in. So he's a big supporter of Web3 gaming as well. So regarding the game, like one of the games that I saw that is postponed multiple times, it's Titan Quest 3. It's now launching in 2026. I'm not sure whether it will launch or not, but it's like one of the games I was looking forward to. But there is actually like more games that actually shut down where I initially I won't give names, but there were multiple games that I thought this game has a good potential, but like it shut down because of lack of funds or just like not fast enough progress or no progress in the right direction. So I'm hoping to see like 2026 evolving from there.
No, 100%. We're definitely hoping for that as well. We have TDA up in space, Simon also as well.
Is that Zelko behind the flag, mate?
Oh, I can hear you now. Go for it.
yeah, it's me. You could recognize my voice. Kai.
Good to have you. All the games that were actually going to happen, I think it would probably be Half-Life 3.
Oh, you bastard! You took the word out my mouth.
Because that was a really awesome series. But considering how old it is, I'd like to shout out another couple of games which should have had a sequel touted, and that's I want to see a next gen Time Splitters, and I wanted to see another Diddy Kong Racing.
That would have been good.
Just the one. It was a great game. Actually, it was probably better than Mario Kart when it came out on 64. But
I mean, there was a lot of love for the Diddy Kong franchise, and I remember some of the things. Banjo Kazooie, I think they were done harshly. They were good.
Oh yeah, but I do agree with Aero. Half-Life 3 has been on the tip of the request list for, I think, millions of gamers for the last 20 years, and I'm not joking. 20. But there are
also
quite a few other titles. I wonder if Shao has any opinion on this. Have you been waiting on any games yourself that you would love to play and still eagerly waiting for?
I don't know if I should say this take, but to be 100% honest, as a parent of a 10-year-old, I've let my dreams get crushed 10 years ago. And so I'm only realistic to things that are literally out. I've done this, as in my both my childhood and as part of, like the graduation of like becoming a adult gamer and can buy everything I need to just because I can afford it finally. No, man, I'm with you. Like Half-Life changed my life. So that the fact that there's so many different like PC games that just so many trailers, so many things. But honestly, like lately, only time I have time for is the Switch 2. And so like, I just deal with what's available because in the end, again, my spirit's been crushed. And so I can't take any more of this stuff, whether it's GTA 6, whether it's all these other games that have been around the corner. I mean, the problem is the games that you want aren't the ones that come out, but the ones you don't need more of, like another Madden, they just keep coming every year. So I'm just like, it's all ass backwards. I don't understand how this ecosystem works anymore. As I get older, I ask less questions. It works well with my wife. She loves that theory. It's a good way to stay married. And yeah, outside of my son, just like telling me what he wants, this is my new life now.
Well, that is a good life in a way to resign yourself to. But it is funny because, like no one ever is going to win the football. It's just going to be eternally on. Like no one's going to take home the trophy. At the end of society, maybe there'll be the last decaying football field and someone who still has the last team jersey puts down the final touchdown, and that is the end of football, and someone will have won. But yeah, that's why there's one of those games every fucking year, and it doesn't really
Was
matter
that a
what you
Mitchell and
do.
Webb? Wasn't that a Mitchell and Webb sketch?
It
Did you ever
certainly
watch
was.
that? Brilliant.
It certainly was.
Most people
We
would
the
have never
baddies.
heard of Mitchell and Webb.
Are we the baddies? Yeah, that was one of my favorites of all time. But yeah, classics. Isn't there meant to be a new Elder Scrolls game coming out? Didn't we see
yes,
at some
6.
point number 6? Mhm.
But I've heard that they are sort of like mixed focused. It's either going to be first a Fallout remake from Bethesda, or they're going to fully pour like all their energy into Elder Scrolls 6. We've seen
I
Oblivion
mean, they
being
should have made
remastered.
that decision.
I think Oblivion was to buy time, to buy a bit
Yes.
of time to say, okay, let's see what the market response is for this game. Are we on the right track? And from the way that's been perceived, I think they're definitely on the right track. People do love that franchise.
It's a fantastic franchise. I mean, I tried to get a job there as well one time. I mean, I do remember that it was on, was it PlayStation 3? Like you could actually, it was like when PlayStation 4 was the next gen and you could still get Skyrim on PlayStation 3. It was like that old that it was still made available for PlayStation 3. And I think like the joke is that you can get Skyrim on basically anything. You can get it like on a fridge. I mean, it's the whole thing of like something happens and you just wake up and you're, in that car.
Speaking of which, it literally just got ported over to Switch 2, so I'm just, more evidence.
Push Rodard! Yeah, I must have pushed Rodard a million days of a million mountains by now.
Isn't the CEO of Bethesda sort of like an ass? I don't know if you would want to work for something like a slave driver kind of level.
I haven't heard that. Like when I heard, when I had the interview, they said that they hadn't replaced staff in like 8 years, and that the level designer position was up because the dude died. And I would have been, if I'd have got that job way back, I think it was in 2012 or something, I'd been maybe a little earlier than that. Would have been working on Fallout 4 as a level designer, and the level design test was actually to build a level in Skyrim, which was kind of fun. And it did, and it took a long time, and then I couldn't get the visa because that's how American visa systems work. So that was all good fun. However, it did leave me with one of Todd Howard's Steam keys for Skyrim, which is always good. And yes, I see Manic. Your hand is up. Also, TBA Turbo Battle Arena. Who's behind the mic?
I was just to say, Elder.
I'm doing this. I'm sorry. I'm just an agent of chaos. Manic, you go first.
It's like I personally, I love Elder Scrolls, but I'm tired of it. I love Fallout more, and I need more Fallout. Put Elder Scrolls down, fix the Fallout problem.
I mean,
yeah,
you
I
have
think Fallout 76 was a problem.
but 76 is a mess.
It's not as bad as it used to be, but I just got a fresh copy of New Vegas, so I'm good.
No, that's fantastic.
I heard they're doing a remaster of New Vegas. The same love treatment that they did with Oblivion.
I mean, they're doing
I don't hate it.
True that.
I buy it. Just a quick side note for Maddox Makes, which has been commenting on our video streams. If you want to hop into this spaces, you can come in and chat with us, raise your hands, and join the discussion. Feel free to open the spaces instead of the live stream, although we do appreciate you being there on the live stream and commenting, obviously.
Fantastic.
Turbo Battle, I think you had your hand raised.
You did.
Yeah, I did. Can you guys add Angel 333 as a speaker? He's our chief gaming officer, and he's got some input, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Coming up now, Angel 333.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. And to everyone else in here, while Angel is getting acquainted with the Elon rug, please like and reshare and retweet and do all of those things that you're meant to do. It's wonderful. Angel, how's it going?
What's up? Yeah, I'm with TBA, so I just hopped in here. I think that's why he's requesting to speak. There's a new game that came out yesterday. I was wondering if it's on your guys' radar. It's called Eternity Egg. It's kind of like a PS2 vibes, like graphics wise, but it looks really cool. I haven't played it yet. Small developer.
Eternity what?
Eternity Egg.
Eternity Egg. That sounds.
Yeah, check that out. I haven't played it yet, but it looks sick.
Eternity Egg sounds like a Chinese delicacy that will poison you.
But yeah, don't read too much far into it.
Ooh,
Eternity
that
Egg
looks
video
really
game.
wonky and psychedelic when I look at it.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks fun. It's different.
Brother, you think that was PS2 graphics?
I mean,
Oh
it's
my
not
God,
exactly. It just reminds me of like Spyro, personally.
Oh yeah, that is true. It kind of gives me that like
I'm gonna pull it
Nights
on
into
screen
Dreams
quickly.
vibe. Does anyone
I can
remember
see
that
that.
Sega game, Nights into Dreams? That
Yeah, I
was
don't think
trippy as fuck.
I miss Sega. I'm a little too
Yeah.
young for that, but I'm sure it was cool.
Oh, Sega still exists, man.
I know.
bought out
I play. I
Playable.
like do speedrun on NES, but haven't got around to Sega.
Oh man, Sonic 1. That was my
Yeah,
game.
I'm probably missing out on a lot. Is there any good emulators out for that?
Probably is. There's
right.
probably hundreds of them.
I'll have to dig
And,
into that soon.
I think you could probably pick up literally all of the Sega Mega Drive games. If you have a Switch, you can pick them up for like $2 or $2.99. It's on the store. You can get like every single.
Jailbroken
you guys
PS3
wouldn't
is the best way.
Jailbroke, see, I do emulate a lot. Hopefully Nintendo's not listening, but yeah, I'll have to check that
They're
out.
always listening.
They are. It scares me.
As long as you don't say with what or how, that's fine. I know
Exactly.
With Nintendo
there is
software.
a really good emulator with the name of a fish. No, actually, it's a mammal, but whatever.
Oh, very clever. Very clever. This is the kind of kid who would use the little brother controller and stick the turbo on while he's fighting.
Yeah,
that's exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
all good.
Want to jump right into it, or should we
Yeah,
go?
yeah.
Because I think that let's talk about it. Why Web3 trailers always look incredible, but the devs' realities behind them are messy. And I think
this is a good one.
You want to start us off with this one, Matt.
I do, but I don't want to take up all the oxygen. I'm just going to say because people have a vision, and having a vision is easy. Conveying that vision to people is what makes a founder, a Web3 founder, NFT founder, whatever. You can convey how fucking awesome Azukis are going to be in animation, right? And you can do that. Then getting down to the fact that games involves boring shit like spreadsheets and balancing and working out exactly like how long it takes someone to reload. The complexity of it drives the level of interest of the founder. So you could have someone with the hottest vision, and you can easily now get that into video. You're going to show the coolest shit. But to make that cool shit actually turn out fun, it's a whole different story. That's my very rough take on it. Happy to hand it around the room. Why do you think everything sucks as bad as it sucks?
Well,
Everyone.
I mean, the question we can ask the panel is, which game has left you, wanting a little bit more after seeing the trailer, and then, seeing the actual game, you were like, oh my God. And don't say Pixelmon. Don't say Pixelmon.
Come on.
That's a good
I love Pixelmon.
Well, I don't think the feeling was shared when they first introduced the game, but you definitely ate well like fine wine.
I would say, one of the classic examples is Watch Dogs. Fantastic trailer, terrible game. That was a properly bad one.
Dream Test Lab, I saw you on mute. Do you want to chime in on the topic?
We can't hear him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
I
also see Maddox in the audience.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there you are.
Yeah, we got them.
Yeah, we're good now. Hey everybody, it's Maddox. Yes, behind the Dream Test Lab.
Yes.
Hello. Good to see you guys. No, I was laughing because I think you can fit most of, if not all of the Sega games probably on a thumb drive today. So
you can.
Yeah.
In one game, you can buy it for $2.99. Every single they call it Mega Drive in Europe. What do they call it in America. It was not the Master System. It was the Sega Genesis. There we go.
Yeah,
Right.
Sega Genesis games.
They've got those little
There we go.
jailbroken boxes too, where they load up
Mhm.
all the emulated games, and it's multiple. It's fun. A game
Also,
I'm
the
excited.
arcade machines with the emulators.
Yes,
they're really good.
yeah, exactly. Or the little handhelds. I have a friend who's really into like just collecting handhelds for the fun of it, and that's something he showed me. He hands it over, and it's got like 6,000 games. I was like, jeez, this is too cool. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Fable, the new Fable game.
Mhm.
That I think that should be coming out next year or so. So no, that'll be a good one.
I'm not too sure because after like
Why?
Peter Molyneux was no longer behind the game,
It means it's going to get finished. I mean, if Peter Molyneux was still behind it, then you would never see it.
True, but at least the storylines were on point. They were funny as
I
hell.
just want to kick chickens and like have 2 playthroughs, 1 good, 1 evil. It's always been fun, No, it holds a place in my heart. I'll play it, whoever makes it. Love Fable. Now, what I think a cool concept to bring up, and like you guys flashing a bunch of Arc Raiders in the background got me thinking about this, but Embark Studios brings up a really good point, right? They're a team that broke off of a bigger team that was falling into the same trap that a bunch of games are, where like they sell and push the same recipe that works, right? Like keep the recipe in the menu simple. This sells, so let's keep running a new copy edition version of blank. Where they didn't like doing that anymore, and they said, hey, 7, 8, 9 friends, let's go make our own thing. And then we have the finals, and then we have Arc Raiders, and they are trying to take what they've learned and what they know as developers and creators and directors to like build something that they want to play, and not just the same cookie cutter what worked in the market. And for them, it's doing obviously really, really well because they're breaking the mold. They're doing something different. Even though they have the experience of a powerhouse, they are essentially an indie studio, under 12 people or something like that. Bigger now, but like when they first branched off, like, so I think that like big, nod to all of our indie teams out there who are like, oh, we can't compete with the big fish. I disagree. And I think that like, this is, this is where, this is what's going to be different, just the fact that you're not doing the exact same thing. And so, yeah, I don't know what the next game I'm excited about is, because that being the new recipe for me, or what I'm looking out for, is exciting in itself.
And that's a good point. And just also one of the things about those guys is they were trusted to build for the long term. So Embark are based in Stockholm in Sweden, where I am. It's one of the gaming capitals of the world. It's where Mojang is. It's where most of the good Battlefield games were made. It's where we had yeah, no, that's Finland. That's just a little bit that way.
Oh, damn.
But we have,
close.
I know, but we do have an outpost of the Finnish Rovio in Stockholm as well. And we do have, I think, we've got Spotify here and King for Candy Crush and a bunch of other games companies like Paradox. I don't know if you know some of those games. Paradox is a pretty decent one. I've got an Ubisoft down the road there as well. No one knows what they make. No one asks. It's French.
Don't mention that. It's the Antichrist.
Yeah, it's the Antichrist. The Ubi Christ. But yeah, like it's definitely one of the things they had, which really went well, is that they had a person who backed them, an investor who backed them to the fucking hill for the long term, because they know that the first couple of games they make are going to be crap, and they had to find their setting. I mean, it was like they had this job going permanently for the design director, and it must have been like the fucking Harry Potter Defense of the Dark Arts. Like whoever they got there, Patrick, the guy who runs it, was probably like, nope, fuck you. And out they went, like within a couple of months. But they sat there, and originally when they started, they said they were building a game engine. And this is how they were advertising it, that they were only looking for technical people. They weren't actually looking for designers for the first 4 years. They weren't looking for anyone on the game design side. They were just looking for tech people, do this crazy destructible environment stuff that they did with, I think that came into the finals or something else. And they go out from there. It's a crazy story. And it's about like things that happen in the long term. Like GTA takes took years to get from GTA 1 to where we are now. And yeah,
what
other games are we hyped for?
Very cool points that you guys both have. Maddox, new IPs. Definitely. We need new IPs. Enough with the
100%.
regurgitated bullshit that they always try to keep feeding to milk us, to the point of extinction. And you made another very good point. Work on game mechanics first. Don't focus on the looks of the game, because then it's not going to work. Then you have a game that looks amazing, but it's full of bugs or clunky, and the people are just like, ugh, I can't play this. It's not fun, even though it looks amazing.
Yeah, talking about looks amazing. Doug's got his hand up.
Oh, that was a great transition.
Thanks, man.
I really like how Maddox just said that our graders used all the things they learned to build a great game, because I think that's really what gaming is. You find all these different elements of that's really enjoyable RPG, shooters, whatever. And if you can put a lot of that good things that you've learned and experienced in the game, I think that's why Arc Raiders is so good. There's so many levels of things in it that are really good. You can do that for any level though. An indie game creator, somebody that's new could do that. But yeah, creating games is really hard. And I mean, just as to pick on Arc Raiders, I can only imagine how much experience, skill, and talent took to build this fucking game. It's really, 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 really good. And you just want to celebrate that when people put that work in and make something that's really cool and fun. And I think that we can learn a lot also from Arc Raiders for Web3 games and stuff too. There's extraction shooters like Providence and other things happening. And I think that's the fun thing about gaming, is that we can all learn from each other. And that's kind of, I think, what Arc Raiders did. They took things from other games that were really cool, and even indie games that were doing well, and they put it in this game. And it's really, they did it in a really good way though too. It wasn't just oh, let's just put this in because. But in order for a game to be good and really captivate you, I think you have to be able to have multiple layers and multiple loops of things that are good. It can't just be one simple thing.
You make a fantastic point, Doug. And I think it really reflects back on some of the attitude that we carry in the space is, a lot of these games, they pitch themselves as, hey, we're doing this and this plus this shiny object. And the shiny object is something that they think of as their innovation. They're going to do this game, this extraction, and there's going to be an innovation. It has to be an innovation. But the innovation often is kind of shit. It doesn't really work. The true innovations come from those smaller games and actually building something and sandboxing it and playing with it and messing around with it, changing the physics and doing all of those crazy things. The whole reason that Zelda got a remake was the construction side of it. The Breath of the Wild got remade into Tears of the Kingdom because of a demo that they were doing where they created a tank using the rudimentary building thing, and went absolutely nuts on this and said, look, if we do the wheels and we do all of these kind of things, we can make an entirely different game. And 90% of that game for me was literally building shit. I was playing Zelda Legend of Building. It was fantastic. I see Shao's hand up. Also, Flagmate, your hand's been up for a while, mate.
Yeah, regarding, I'll go back to the topic. I actually started looking for the gameplay in the trailers, and my mind completely shifted towards that, because exactly of the topic, right? You see so much stuff in the trailers that you don't see within the games. So now I'm literally waiting for a gameplay all the time when I'm watching, and sometimes some games, for example, the game that shut down yesterday, Chrono Forge, I played that one and the game is pretty solid, right? But when you try to play the game more, you realize that there is so much bugs within the game that it's literally unplayable. And these bugs are consistently in the game, while the game had the alpha for months, maybe even a year or something. And they never get rid of it while they were expanding on a content side, which is actually weird approach to me. Like
Mm.
I think you guys did very good job with Legends of Illumia. There's still things to be improved, but the game, like when you look the trailer and when you try the game out, it's actually kind of what you expect within the game. For example, So yeah,
They
just
are
one good
fantastic
and
people on that one.
yeah, just one good and one bad example from my side.
I like that we're publishing the good example. And I also see FG Let's Fucking Go, Lightning Forge Games in his house as well. I'm trying to get them up on stage. Maybe they can come up, maybe they can't. There's also Alpha from Agdal. We've got a lot of friends in the space today, a lot of people, lovely stacked panel. Shaolin, what's your take, sir?
I think you brought up a great point too. It's just kind of like, back in the day when they came out these games, they also had SDKs that allowed people to create, right? That's how we got why can't I think of the first person shooter out of Half-Life? Counter-Strike. Okay. Sorry. It's like I'm literally walking around in the cold because I have to go pick up my kid, speaking of my kid. And so it's one of those things that's like, just make a really playable game that's basic and then you can iterate off of it. It's like when you do co-creation, to your point, that's where you start seeing games lift and you start exploring the engine and how you can do it better. And let other people outside of your original game and original concept in a way that's like collaborative, in a way that empowers gamers to like use your engine, use your technology to kind of push the landscape of where things are. And then that's where you get like, the next releases, these downloadable content packs in a way that I think helps shift, right? It sounds silly, but like just iterating should be based off of a complete game that's bug free, that's basic, that people love, that you can grow your IP around, that you can grow your base, and then like reach for the moon, reach for the stars, or at least have just one level innovation, not trying to do 10, and then just really build something that just is playable, that's nostalgic, that has value, and then drive revenue so you can get that runway so you can build the things that you need to do, which is why like when I play Hades, like all these like indie games that came out of, the original Switch that like really changed it for me, because if you have a simple game loop that's innovative and that is the sticky part of it, you see a lot of this with casual gaming in a way that like should be more viable, that you can then change and add all the fun nuances and build out these things in a way that's like sustainable. Every time people try to hit these things out of the park and it's just like, bro, try too hard too fast and then just fell on your face. And then that's how I genuinely feel about Web3 gaming. But in general, that's why you get these gambling games that basically are skinned to be and call themselves a game, that are the ones that still stick around because they lean into the simplicity of what people want, which is something that they can do all the time, whenever either in the bathroom, whether they're in between things that they do, so that they have value in that this is something they can go back to that's tried and true, instead of trying to innovate in a way that's just falls flat on its face. And to your point, I love building with Warp because the games that we're looking at are baked and they're built with teams who actually have and understand the purpose, which is replayability. And so, yeah, I just wish sometimes these guys would just go back to like what works and then like use one layer of innovation or one thing that's cool, unique, and additive, and then just like use that runway and base, and then have a DLC that just like takes it to that place, so that as you grow your base, your community then just keeps kind of, again, people coming back. And that's why I love indies, because at the end of the day, I'm not disappointed because I didn't have expectations that were out of the roof.
Yeah, that's true. And it's definitely about expectation setting as well. Manic, what you got to say?
Oh, kind of going back to what was said about using a formula that works. Does anyone remember Myst?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that changed my childhood.
Exactly. But who remembers Riven? Who remembers Myst 3 and 4? Nobody. It's because they didn't innovate at all. It was the same game, just reskinned. So what's the point?
I tried it and I agree with that. They were meh.
Yeah, and I think
they were bad. They were awful.
They were bad, and I think one of the things was they had such a good formula, but they didn't have a way to expand it. If you look at how Sonic kind of sucks in 3D, it's a 2D game. It's essentially kind of like a pinball. But yeah, I see Maddox with the hand up, but I also noticed that David Lancashire has been sitting in the space, like with his little suspicious red PFP down there. And he made some comment earlier about he's just biding his time before he's going to drop something. So, David, are you with us? Can you give some opinions on what's going on in space?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a bit different for me, I guess, because you guys are talking about all of these AAA games, you know, and I'm listening. I'm enjoying it, enjoying your opinions. The kind of stuff that we're building is very different. And you know, if we're talking about why most playable soon games never arrive, you know, you're really filtering for stuff by expecting a big, you know, a big trailer that pitches a game, you know, because as soon as you have a trailer, you've got a development team, you've got a marketing team doing that trailer. And the stuff that I see that's really exciting in Web3 is I think board games, multiplayer board games are what people are coming to us for. They're not part of what a lot of people think of as Web3 gaming, you know, because, well, for various reasons, but they take a lot of time and effort to do well. I think the situation with ROMs that you guys are discussing is going to get solved. I think blockchain is actually a user-focused digital kind of copyright management service. So, you know,
and a repository for games to live permanently on as well.
Well, it's not just that. It's that, like, for instance, a lot of people don't know this because a lot of gaming companies don't talk about this. Like, you know, they're like, oh, ROMs are bad, it's illegal. And it's like, no, it's perfectly legal. In fact, if you go and read US copyright law, you have the right, if you have purchased copyright protected media, to make a digital backup. Now, you've got to have purchased it. So if you're going onto the Pirate Bay and you're downloading a bunch of torrents, like, no, that's not legal. But if you bought it, you have the right to continue to use it. And if the physical copy goes, if you've made a legal digital copy, you can do whatever you want with that. You can manage that, you can sell it, you can rent it. Blockbuster fought these guys in court for this, and this is right in US law. And one of the challenges is that there hasn't traditionally been a digital platform that's allowed people to do things like transfer rights to, you know, and blockchain actually does it. So when I take a look at Web3, I see not these AAA games coming out. I see the kind of stuff we're doing, which are multiplayer, you know, like if you get a 2-player board game, there's a, you know, like no one here has mentioned a board game, but it's a massive part of the gaming space. There's a lot of really creative game dynamics that are fun. We've got a couple of them that people keep coming back for. You know, earlier on, I said, you know, I'm probably responsible for some of this stuff because I'll tell you that stuff, it takes, like, even what seems to be a simple, fun game it can take 1.5 to 2 years to deliver, just because if there's anything wrong with the gaming experience, it's really off-putting. You've really got to get things above the 98 to 90% playable before people really have a good experience, and they'll just come back and you start to get organic word of mouth. So
is your experience largely in board game design, or is it more from the technical side, or have you got a games background?
Oh, we have a Web3 a gaming engine, so it does a bunch of things.
No, I was more asking about you personally. Are you sort of like, are you from the tech side? Are you from the games side? Or like what's your kind of background?
I'd say we're kind of like indie gaming in the sense that once you get below a certain level of budget, you know, the people who are doing things are doing things for labor of love, and they're experimental. And that's where I think a lot actually of the early games and the stuff that we love comes from, you know? Like, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and, you know, like early computer games, low budget. One of the guys, I don't know if you guys have played it, I'll give you a gaming recommendation. You probably already know about this. There's a guy in Japan. He made a game called like The Legend of Obra Dinn, I believe it's called. It's a phenomenal game. It's kind of a mystery, and you navigate it by going into people's minds and into scenes and back in time. There's another one I really liked I played recently called The Curse of the Golden Idol. I think Netflix picked it up. But again, it's like the graphics are really simple. You can tell it's a labor of love for the indie devs. It's got to have taken them years to put together, but highly playable. It felt to me like I was kind of playing the GRE because it's one of these mental puzzle games. But I look at stuff like that and I think, crypto, blockchain, this is where, 100 flowers, 1,000 flowers are going to just bloom. But I don't think it's going to be the triple gaming studios. I think we're seeing that and we're getting the emphasis on that because people are trying to market tokens as if they are these, AAA gaming studios. And, to me,
they can't be those AAA gaming studios because they don't have the budgets for the AAA gaming studios, and they don't actually have the compounded marketing for the AAA gaming studios. They don't have the like 20 years of playing the games. Like if you look at all of the AAA games that are currently out, they're all 6s and 7s. I had to do the thing. They're all 6 and 7 out there at the moment, and that is definitely I got to do the hands. Oh dear!
I mean,
we got
I'm happy to
everyone
speak
pissed.
about what we're doing. There are a lot of people here happy to listen to them, but if anyone does want to check out what we're doing in gaming, I go to saito.io, saito.io/arcade. And we've got a bunch of games there, various states of development. The most popular are like Paths of Glory, Twilight Struggle. These are classic board games where actually you can get a license to play them online. People are developing them. Anyway.
All good. We
Thanks
see
a
a
lot
lot
for
of
the
hands.
question,
No worries. See a lot of hands up. I know that Maddox Alpha, you had your hand up, and we also have Manic Pixie with a hand up. Did you put your hand down, Alpha?
No, I didn't, but I can still give my opinion if you allow me.
Of course.
Yo, good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me. Just to go straight to the question of today's topic, why do so many coming soon Web3 games disappear? It's because hype is their only product. The devs usually promise alpha next month to pump NFTs and tokens. They raise millions with flashy roadmaps, then vanish when the token crashes. Lots of studios run out of money by mid 2025, and it showed. Rush tokens launches, unpolished builds, and retention near zero. And I think this is the main reason why we have this. I don't even know how I can call it. And the trailers, they are the biggest red flag. 2 minutes AAA cinematics with explosions, dramatic music, and zero real gameplay. In reality, many of these teams only have a rough Unity prototype behind the curtain. Projects like, and I allow myself to say names, Pixelmon or Somo Battleground or Creeps. They drop gorgeous teasers, but years later they still didn't deliver anything. So for me, most of these trailers are basically pitch decks, disguised as games. They're built for VCs, funding, and FOMO, not for players, because us gamers, we know the truth. Just give us, 30 seconds of actual gameplay. We don't need those trailers. So yeah, that's my opinion about it.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Manic, what's your take on all this?
Oh, I actually wanted to thank David for his take, because one of my biggest bitches about Web3 gaming is the lack of puzzle games.
That is true, actually. And you'd think it would make sense. I mean, I think one of the things that I noticed about this space is that we've had the fun crushed out of us. I mean, we've had the fun crushed out of us by the need for the token, the need for the next raise. I think partly this was because a lot of the actual game studios, if you compare them to, say, infrastructure projects or L1s, are massively underfunded. And it was expected that they would get their additional funding from their community for the love of it, and from their token because the token goes up because the community loves it. It was like a shitty Kickstarter. And the people running it and the people doing that were not experienced in games. They didn't, and even if they did have a good idea about games and they wanted to put some love and some care and some good things in, it gets crushed out of it by the day-to-day development side.
You know what I also see, Matt, before I throw it to the hands, is the similar trend we had when altcoin started popping off Web3.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of marketing, a lot of promises, like it's going to be amazing. This is going to revolutionize Web3. And then dud. And they disappear with all the money. They buy their nice villa, their Lambos and what have you. That is the similar kind of direction that I see a lot of these gaming Web3. They don't have the consistency. They don't have a studio that understands how to bring together a good business model, and that sad to say that made a precedent for Warp to be coming like into the space and start working on this kind of thing.
And that's exactly why we exist. And I love your metaphor of saying it's like altcoins, because if you look at altcoins, what they were sold as was the original utility projects. They were the original RWAs. We're talking about RWAs, which is essentially something that has been in a.
I think I just lost your audio on stream. I mean on.
Yeah, it's not just you. I hear it too.
Matt, your phone just died or something? I don't hear you.
I think he rugged.
Yeah, I see him on. Yeah, now you're back. Now you're back. What happened?
He wrote
Yeah, no.
outside of the
Okay,
video.
go for it. You're back, Matt. Sorry, mid sentence.
Yeah, no,
really
I was going to go.
like listening into that.
I just wanted to say, look, like altcoins, original RWAs. That was the thing. That was the dream. They were all selling that they did a useful thing. Like Cardano was going to do a useful thing. Filecoin was going to do a useful thing, and they were going to be the token for this particular aspect of the financialized economy, or they were going to bring X, Y, and Z on chain. Even since 2017, we've been hearing about bringing different industries on chain. It's RWAs is like Gen Z discovering video editing and calling it clipping, and suddenly it's cool again. When in fact it's just the process of making a very long video into short bite-sized content and then just continually editing it. I'll go to the hands. I couldn't work out whether it was Maddox or
Maddox has been waiting a while, and I think we also jumped. So I'm gonna give him the mic for a second.
Can you hear me? I had a little trouble myself. Can we all good? I think we're back. All right, sweet. No, there's a couple of good points there. I wanted to tip hat to David because, like, I don't know, it was a neat concept of like that came to my mind would be like, could you imagine if chess, checkers, Tetris, you name it, board game that we all know and love only had like 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 copies ever. Okay. And imagine that every purchaser of that game had the rights to do what they wanted with it and to like share it with people, to promote it, to sell access to it. I agree where that would be a very, very, very interesting use of blockchain with game marketing, So that's just a fun little tangent my brain went on.
It's a good tangent, man. I love that idea. Like, it's a fucking great tangent. Like, seriously.
Let the owners of the game market and build your business alongside you and how you that'd be amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds like NFTs.
Kind of, but
better.
But better.
I mean, the whole concept behind Bored Ape was sort of like spin-off businesses. We got Bored and Hungry. We got many different like businesses that took on the branding and started to market, and then became a global phenomenon for a while.
Yeah,
they should have just opened a Soho House. I swear to God, they should have just opened every city.
It would have done so well, and hired chimpanzee staff and like done the whole thing. Like, I mean, they really could have.
I've been to Bored Ape parties and I've seen those chimps dance, man.
Yeah, monkey butlers, absolutely. But why I originally raised my hand, if I remember correctly, was I think that like if you have this is maybe a hot I don't know, something I strongly believe in for anything that's competitive, that wants to be tournament ready game. We all remember, I hope, like playing Halo and the map builder and like like building your own, like customizing not just the map but like the parameters around in like which we were partying up with our buddies, local host too, but like like you're setting your own health and damage and weapons allowed and team layouts. Like if more games did that, I think you'd find that your game would be more exciting, more have more attention on it, because people get to play the way that they want to play with your tech.
Yeah.
Right? And like that's how Fortnite UGC was born, and Roblox. I hate Roblox, but Roblox and like Minecraft and like I don't hate Roblox. I think the art and the tech and the fun is cool. I just wish they would acknowledge the pedo problem and like do something about it for the sake of the children, please. But like that's a whole nother thing. Well, they acknowledge that they don't acknowledge it, you know, like so that I'll say that much. But yeah, so like I think that like it like forget taking away all the controls from the player, give them access to the tech to make it what they want it to be, and you might find that like the magic recipe secret sauce game or game style can be found in UGC content made up by like just people messing with the settings. I think that's really, really
exactly
cool.
how we got like Dota. That's how Dota came, and that's how an entire
absolutely. You know,
like Creation Kit for Skyrim and like Oblivion, all of the mods, all the mods.
There's a whole community that's going on for 10 plus years. 100% on that, Matt. Absolutely. You know, so yeah, I think I miss Halo for that. Splitgate did a really good job keeping that around. Like there's some really fun game modes in Splitgate just on this mechanic alone, being able to set your own custom lobbies and custom parameters. So like I think custom is super important, and I'll leave it at that.
Unreal Tournament was a great one for that.
Oh my God, Unreal Tournament was so great.
All time.
So great. Yes. Yes, and the boxy jiggle physic boobs. Yep, they did a good thing. Unreal Tournament. They did.
Also, the vehicles, man. They were the fucking prototype of all of
the vehicles. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I played it. It was great. No, it's fun, fantastic game.
And Instagib was also great. Instagib.
Yes.
Instagib, tiny map, 4 times double jump, 0 grab, and that was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Let the players pick how they want to play.
Exactly. Shao.
You must excuse Shao. He's not space trained. He's a co-host and he raises his hand still. I don't get that.
No, bless you.
Well, I'm trying to be respectful to our guests. In the end, right? Like I think for me, you guys hit so many notes for me, especially being an older gamer and Unreal Tournament, all these things. Again, the mods, right? I was talking about Half-Life and Counter-Strike. Like I loved all the mods because I really got to take that next level, the game to the next level, and just play with all my different clans and all the different people I met on IRC, and it was just a vibe, right? It was just a complete vibe. Now I want to pivot real quickly, only because I think the game board and thing. I think you'll find this interesting because you literally could only play this at the Art Basel house with YGG when they had it there just a week ago. They actually brought back Minesweeper called Waifu Sweeper. And what blew my mind is, one, how old I am, because I asked people, did you ever get onto like Windows 95, Windows 98? And they're like, yeah, I played pinball and I played, this and that. I'm like, dude, before that, there's this game called Minesweeper. And like, that's what we're playing right now. They're like, yeah, I just don't get this game. And I'm like, all right, there's a disconnect, but let's make this work. And long story short, YGG is a partner of ours, and I wanted to spend some time with the team. And they had this debut. And is it David, right? Like bringing back old school games that I fell in love with because literally I didn't have that choice of many other games. It was Minesweeper and Solitaire. And bringing back a gamified version of Minesweeper blew my mind. You attach waifus, you get them expressing themselves and emoting and doing all these things. And I didn't pay attention to it because technically it was an advanced version of Minesweeper that blew my mind because of the way they took basic gameplay of something I loved as a kid and they just gamified it, added layers and textures and just mystery. Like you were just going to hit a space and the whole shit was going to blow up in your face. And I was like, I miss these days. I miss these days of something so basic, so challenging that if I make one simple mistake, it was already game over. So no, I just want to give a shout out.
You could set the difficulty as well on Minecraft, on Minesweeper. And you could make it so that it's basically impossible. Like you would click once, and then you'd get one free click. And you know what? Like a guy who's regular on Gamified, Kevin Lambert, actually designed that. He designed Minesweeper. He is the god behind that.
Oh my gosh, that's
legend. We love Papa Kevin. I want to steal the mic for 1 second. Charlotte, I haven't played Waifu Sweeper yet. I briefly saw it on my timeline, but I'm going to give a potentially free idea if it's not already implemented. Do they have it set up where they have the waifus revealed as you're opening up the map and going through the mine sweep in the background of the game map?
No, it's off to the side, to the left-hand side. So like
See,
basically
that's
everything you do is kind of like a companion to the cosmos.
Well, that's-
yes, if it was old school reveal, like I played
What
games,
if it was old school reveal and it got a little bit,
a little more
spicy?
tasty, a little bit more spicy.
I think that would sell terribly well.
You should throw coins that reveal on a freaking arcade, man.
I'm an old Newgrounds kid, so like don't worry about it. I get you. Awesome.
No, I love this space. I love this space because we cover everything. We go in from the depths, from all the origins of gaming and how this all works out, and just go all the way down into like cypherpunk theories of how we should build everything, to giving people the power to build stuff back. Everything from AAA games to indies. I mean, like Expedition 33, $10 million budget. $10 million budget, right? Skill issue.
Contender for Game of the Year with a $10 million budget. And Terrace hops in as on top of the hour.
Yeah, I hopped in at the last minute to rage about one game in particular, Chronicles of Illyria. Chronicles of Illyria pissed off so many gamers. We're actually still in a lawsuit about that whole situation right now. It's insane. But it was such an exciting idea for gamers. And like the guy was like, oh yeah, we've got this, we've got that. He was showing off content and all this other stuff. And people were hyped about it. It looks sketch. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? We do more sketch shit in this industry all the time and put more money down on it. So I was like, fuck it, I'll toss some money in there. And you know what? I'm more upset that the game rugged and that he's like, I'm just more upset that the game didn't come out than I lost money. I would rather have, such an awesome idea.
Aren't you CTO that? CTO at Tarish. Bring it back.
I'd love to do an idea like that. I don't have the experience to develop something like that. I would have to I'd have to do a lot of fundraising with very little situation right now. No, that's all right.
You know who does have the experience? If you got a good idea and you do the fundraising, you have work.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna have to hit Matt up about it at some point.
Yeah,
have you
let's bring it
seen
back.
that game?
I believe I have seen some of it.
Yeah, some of it. Not I wasn't too invested into it. So I can relate though, because I've been rugged by gaming project a lot in Web3. More than I liked. I spent, more than I would want to spend on games that never came out, to be honest. And I'm not gonna even mention Shrapnel, because that is a sour note.
Well, Shrapnel's coming back.
Shrap's back.
They're coming back. And they're doing a community play test for the operator holders this month, I think next week. And
what about Olympic
they got some
torchbearers?
new thing to show us about it.
Oh, if anybody wants to buy my operators for $8,000, I'll offer.
Too late to get into the play test. Good try, Doug.
I don't need to get in the play test. I just want you to buy my NFT, sir. They're very valuable in China, just so you know. Like, you can probably meet like the president of China if you own one.
Well, it's like a Ming vase, but it's actually a shrapnel operator from the 15th century. That's going to be the alpha. Like, I present to you this antique NFT. It was first minted in 2021. It is a rock, and that's how it's going to go. It's going to be.
Wasn't that like the first NFT collection on Ethereum, the Pet Rock or whatever the hell it was?
ETH Rock.
Yeah, I think
someone
so.
can buy my Reddit NFT if they want it.
Oh, brother. Did anyone ever buy any of those like tweets as NFTs? That was hilarious. And old school memes as NFTs. Those were even funnier. Jesus, what a time to be alive.
I have some Pepes on the old school, I think it was either like on Bitcoin or on Ethereum, and they're their own chain. There's some like memes NFTs that like are really OG. And some of these actually worth like tens of thousands of like dollars. Like, you can find one like the Pepe, they're like first editions, they're like 100 plus Ethereum.
Holy shit. That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's crazy.
But those are like more the collect and cult kind of groups that you will always have like big art collectors behind them, and they will never go down in price. But owning one is like impossible. It's already in the hands of the cultists.
It's all good, and I think that is a perfect point to at the top of the hour to kind of end this space. Thank you so much to our wonderful panel. And please follow each other all if you are not doing it already. Thank you so much to our fantastic partners. We had some wonderful people up in the space listening in. I saw LFG in there, and thank you to new guests arriving as well. David, star turn there. And it's just always fun to have so many people knowledgeable about gaming with a love of gaming, and the deep love that we have for space and for gaming, I think is something special. There's something special to our Thursday nights. So yeah, take it away, Grim. Let's sign us off.
Have a great one. See you next week. Follow, like, share everybody that was on this amazing panel, these legends, these great, great, great guests. And it's me, Mario.
You did it.